We are here on Studio 90 Extra Time with U.S. forward Abby Wambach. We are back in Dresden. What do you think of our set here? Specifically the print of this fine furniture.
The set's actually quite nice. I think that the 30 to 50 people in the audience, that's what's more special.
Yeah, awesome. First, your thoughts on the game against Sweden.
Well, it was a good fought match. I think that Sweden had some lucky breaks go their way, and that's kind of the game, We can't get caught up, especially now, in what has happened. We need to learn from it, and we need to move on, because we've got a big game coming up against Brazil. And I like our chances, because I think that if the U.S. loses, I worry about what's going to happen to that next team. So I'm excited for our future.
You mentioned a few things not going our way against Sweden, but what can we take specifically from that game and use in the next match against Brazil?
Well, I think that, truthfully, even up until the last minute, until the whistle blew, I thought we were going to get the equalizer. So I feel like the belief system that we have set in place for this team is right on par. Granted, we didn't equalize, but in the end, like I said, there's so many different variables that are so out of our control. What the referee does, what the other team throws at us, but what is in our control is finishing chances. And obviously, 20 shots to their 9, it's just not good enough if we're losing at the end of the day, because we need to win games now, and it's do or die. It's kind of the situation and the feeling, and I think what the U.S. has always been so good at in this situation. So I am so confident that we're going to be able to pull through, and I think that Brazil is beatable.
You mentioned 20 shots to their 9, and we are generating those chances. Is there something that needs to happen between now and Sunday to be able to go into the game and say, we're going to convert these chances?
I think that if we just concentrate on getting the ball on frame, not taking too many wildly outside of the shooting range shots, maybe 1 or 2 here or there to get the rebound. But for the most part, goalkeepers have 35 and out range covered. And I think we need to convert on some of our set plays. We scored on a corner kick last night, which is a positive, but I also think that there are a couple opportunities that I need to get my head on so that we can get even better chances.
Earlier you were talking about the belief system that our team has. After a loss like this, how do you rely on that system, or what do you do to say, listen, we still believe in the team that we are? What do you do to carry that forward into the next game?
Well, experience goes kind of a long way with this. All of us are not very comfortable or none of us are used to losing very often, especially on this team, and very rarely that we lose 2 in a row. So, not that I have 100% knowledge and the knowing that we're going to win this next game, but I can bet that we're going to give every single part of ourselves to this game so that we can ensure our berth into the semis. And I don't know, it just seems a little bit more fitting. And if you look at it from like a bigger perspective and a bigger picture viewpoint, you'll be able to see that if we beat Brazil in the quarters, maybe going to beat England and Germany in the final, all teams that have given us issues in the past, that if we beat them, we would truly be the world champions. We would be the strongest team left standing. And it's kind of the path that we're on. It's the path that we've been on. It's a journey for us. We have never done anything easy this last year. Why start now?
As a veteran, it's your job to set a lot of the tone, say words when they need to be said. If you look at after the game, you guys are huddling on the field. What are you saying in those moments? How are you setting the mood in the locker room after the game?
Well, it's kind of like when we played Mexico, and we were in Mexico. Now it's a huge question mark if we're going to even qualify for the World Cup. And the truth is that I have so much belief in this team that even if we lose in a World Cup or an Olympics, I believe that this team learns a lot, because nobody's comfortable in that state of loss, that feeling of loss. But some younger players could get really caught up in it in moments. And it's the role of the veteran, it's the role of the experienced player, it's the role of the coach to step in and be like, you know what, we're fine. And I think that was really important, what Pia said, in terms of it's going to look like we were brilliant because we're going to now face Germany in the final. And obviously she's a positive person, but it's the truth. Things happen, and sometimes we don't understand the reasons why they happen until much later. And, this is our journey. This is the road and the path that we have now. So we've got to live with it. We've got to deal with it. And truthfully, I kind of think it's sweet that we're playing Brazil.
Even today, you see the spirits are high on our team, as we're traveling from Wolfsburg to Dresden. It looks like people, want to get back on the field. They want to get training. They want this game against Brazil to come quickly.
Yeah, obviously, a lot of us even said last night in the locker room, gosh, I'm just so fired up. I want to play now, even after just having played 90 minutes. And that's the mentality and the attitude that this team has. Anything less than winning isn't good enough. And the only way you can get that chance back is to go back out in the field. And that's just through trial and error, through learning, through experience, years in World Cups, Olympics. I think that this team has all the essential tools that it takes to win a world championship. It's just a matter now, and especially nowadays in this game, if you put all of those tools together in a game, you're most likely going to win. All the teams are good enough to beat each other now. So it's just a matter of who puts all their tools together in a 90-minute span.
What's it going to take from you on Sunday to help the U.S. win this game?
I think the patience factor is going to be important because the games aren't like they used to be, even 10 years ago. There's not going to be a 3-0, 4-0 quarterfinal, semifinal, or final. That'll be very rare occurrence if it ever happens again. The games are going to be closer. The chances are going to be fewer, and you just have to be ready. You have to be willing to take the risk, take the moment that you're given, and go for it. Pia talks about that a lot. Just go for it. And before the corner kick was taken last night, I told Carly, get out of my way. This one's going in, and that's just the kind of mentality it is. Granted, I think I said it 2 times before that, but I look really smart after the 3rd time.
Well, I guess that's, part of your mentality as a player is you're going to keep saying that every time.
Every time, yeah. And that's the confidence I have with myself. That's confidence I have with the set pieces that are taken. We've had some tremendous free kicks in this tournament. I take most of the blame for not having scored more, but in the end, I really can't stress it enough. It's going to take 21 players to win this thing.
Well, the USA takes on Brazil July 10th in the quarterfinals. Abby, thanks for coming by Studio 90 Extra Time.